Okay, so are you ready to dive deep into Captain America: Brave New World?
Always ready for some superhero deep dives.
All right, cool. Well, I know you're really into this stuff, so I think you're going to love this, especially with all this talk about character evolution and the new costume designs.
Oh yeah, I'm super curious about how they're going to handle Sam Wilson as Cap.
Me too. Well, we've got a ton of sources to dig into, interviews with the costume designer, a behind-the-scenes featurette, and even some early reactions to like snippets of the film.
Oh wow, sounds like we're in for some serious spoilers.
Well, maybe not spoilers, but definitely some juicy insights. So, first things first, this movie is hitting theaters
Yeah.
February 14th, 2025.
Valentine's Day with Captain America, I like it.
Yeah, right. A perfect date night. So, it's official. Sam Wilson is taking on the mantle of Captain America.
It's a big moment.
Huge.
Right.
And, it's not just about wearing the suit, it's a whole new era. What do you think will be different about how he portrays Captain America compared to Steve Rogers?
Well, you have to consider their backgrounds. I mean, Steve was a super soldier from the 1940s.
Right? Frozen in time and then thawed out.
Exactly. And Sam is a modern day veteran.
Yeah.
He's got a totally different perspective on the world.
That's got to influence how he sees his role.
Absolutely. And
Mm.
from what I've read, they're really leaning into that. They're exploring how Sam grapples with what it means to be Captain America in today's world.
That's interesting. So it's not just action, it's like a deeper exploration of the character.
Yeah, definitely. There are even hints about some internal conflicts he faces, given the whole changing social and political landscape.
It makes sense. It's like, how can a symbol from the past represent the present?
Right. And speaking of symbols, we can't forget about the costume. How awesome is that new suit?
It's pretty slick. I like
Yeah.
how they blended the classic Captain America look with elements of the Falcon,
Yeah. It's got that familiar red, white, and blue, but with a more modern feel.
and those vibranium accents are so cool. It's like a nod to his Falcon roots.
Definitely. And it ties into that whole legacy thing, passing the torch from one hero to another.
The costume designer even mentioned weaving in patterns from Black American culture.
That's amazing. It adds so much depth and meaning.
Yeah, it shows they're really thinking about representation and making this Captain America relevant for today.
It's not just a costume change, it's a statement.
Totally. Now, I know you're a huge fan of adamantium.
Who isn't? It's like the ultimate metal.
So there are some rumors swirling around about it being in the film and maybe even giving Sam some upgrades.
Oh, really? Now that's interesting.
Right. The sources are playing it pretty close to the chest.
Typical Marvel secrecy.
Yeah. But apparently there's this scene they shot at a high-security government facility,
Hmm. And what kind of facility was it?
one that specializes in experimental materials.
Well, now that definitely sounds promising. Adamantium or not, it's got to be something big.
Definitely keeps us guessing. But shifting gears a bit, let's talk about the casting and characters. Some interesting choices for sure.
Oh, yeah. Tell me about it. They've introduced this new character who's like an amalgamation of several figures from the comics.
Yeah, I noticed that. Saves them from cramming too many characters in, I guess.
Exactly.
Yeah.
It streamlines the story and still keeps the essence of the source material.
And they've aged up a few characters too, which makes me think they're planning for the long haul.
Smart move. Sets up potential storylines for future movies.
Now, speaking of behind the scenes, apparently things got pretty intense on set.
Ugh, spill the tea.
Well, the director is known for pushing his actors, really getting them to dig deep emotionally.
That's awesome. I love when directors have that kind of vision.
Me too. And he really encouraged improvisation. Like sometimes he ditched the script altogether.
Whoa, seriously. That's a lot of trust in the actors.
Yeah, it sounds like it was a super collaborative environment, but definitely demanding.
I bet. But that's probably how you get those powerful performances.
So all in all, what's your biggest takeaway from everything we've talked about?
It all comes back to evolution, not just for the characters, but for the whole superhero genre. These films are reflecting the world around us and how it's changing.
I see that. Like how Brave New World is tackling these complex themes of identity legacy, what it means to be a hero in a world that's constantly in flux.
Yeah. These aren't just popcorn flicks anymore. They're making us think and question things.
Totally. So for all of you listening out there, here's something to ponder. What do you think the future holds for Captain America? How should the legacy evolve? Thanks for joining us on this deep dive.
See you next time.